That means it's time to take a look at the numbers. Of course, earlier on, Abiagina was speaking to Chris Flowers of Kakuzi, but right now we want to take a look at the bourse. And joining me is Samuel Gishohi. He is the head of the business division for brokerage at NCBA Investment Bank. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's jump right into it with the NSE 20 share index. We're seeing it's gone down by 0.91%. So is this significant? Does it actually mean that the market is correcting?
Indeed, it is. We do expect a correction between the second week of January to beginning of February. And then after that, we do expect as banks start to announce their results, then we could see the market get more excited. If you look a little more closely, you'll notice that it's all the indices which have actually declined.
Yes.
You'll see that most of the blue chips, which hit their 52-week highs about in December rather, we will see that they've gone down by quite a bit, 10% margins. For example, KCB and Equity were both trading at 55.50 at their peak. Now they're at about 31.50 or thereabouts. So that is an indication that the correction is happening, yes.
Okay, and does this also some sort of have an impact when we look at the top gainers and losers? We're seeing companies like Uchumi, we're seeing Kapchorua Tea, Kenya Airways on the gainers list. Losers, we're seeing BK Group, Kakuzi, Home Africa Limited, and the likes.
Well, usually when you see none of the blue chips on the gainers or losers list, it is a sign that there's a bit of either stagnation or low liquidity.
Yes.
And because the ones that are on the gainers and losers they're no blue chips. Of course, we have EABL there and Nation Media, but they don't have a significant effect on the indices. And so it just indicates that then we could be seeing a very slow decline in as much as the correction is happening. It's not happening at a high rate, so the blue chips are not actually appearing on the boards for the gainers and losers. But you will see them in the movers, because then Safaricom usually you will find there, you'll find KCB, Equity, which will tend to be the ones that move the most within the market in terms of volumes.
All right, so even as we keep a look at the numbers there, let's now take a look at Markets 101. Well, now let's take a look at the question on the street. And this week around, of course, we did see President Uhuru Kenyatta in the United Kingdom, and that was for the UK Africa Investment Forum. And he also presided over the cross-listing of the green bond on the LSE. So our question today actually does come in from somebody about that. And they're asking, what does that mean when we have this cross-listing of this bond on both the LSE as well as the NSE? So maybe you can explain to us what it signifies.
Well, cross-listing means that a security or a security is listed on more than one market. And that listing is usually the tendency for cross-listings. Of course, I've seen the opposite happen in East Africa, is that the security is listed on a larger market. This is to sort of try and get higher volumes or more liquidity on that instrument, because they think that the bigger market will possibly be able to take up part of that bond. Now, for example, this is a green bond, and green bonds, in the name, it indicates that this is a bond that is directed at environmentally friendly investment. And I think for us, that would resonate more with investors on the LSE than probably here. And so it would make a lot of sense to cross-list it there.
All right, thank you for that. So now that that question is answered, let's take a look at the NSE historical facts. And that's how we wrap up this episode of The Trading Bell. Gishohi, thank you so much for joining us. All your insights are always appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
And with that, of course, I'm going to let you know that you can follow the Trading Bell on the social media handles that are appearing on your screen. Next time around, we'll have another conversation, another guest, more market analysis, and so much more. So do keep up with the Trading Bell. My name is Malika Kazia. Thank you for watching.